drives them right down the field. This was vintage Dak. He goes to Randall Cobb for 20 yards, and then he goes to Amari for 10 yards. I'll take that. Way to go. And then it's Gallup for 13 yards. Dak is getting hotter and hotter. And then he goes back to Amari again for 20 more yards. This is just hot-handed Dak at his best. Then he's got Jason Witten for 8 more. And then here we go to Amari again for another sweet 8 yards, which puts them, here we go, 2nd and 2 at the 11. They're down 4 points. And guess what? Hot-handed Dak gets the play call, and it's not throwing the football anymore. It's handing it to number 21. Could we see the next? Well, you try to burn some clock.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. They're going to run it with Murray. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On the counter, here's Bell. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this one almost intercepted.
What the fuck,
Not
man?
a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And that's why the fullback position was created. You just want a big, strong, powerful guy you can hand the ball to and pick up good yardage.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Play action. It's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Steps away to his left and able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
Whatever you want to do, baby. If you want to go your house first time, I'm just playing like a game or two of Madden.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
It's okay.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I'm literally trying to play the game. What's going on? Hello? Hello? All right, bet.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. I got him, Hey, 66.
Brady gives this one off to Jones. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Okay. Yeah, whatever you want to do, baby. You want to take it?
So that'll back him up 5.
You gotta get away from him, son. I'm too strong out here. Too big for you.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Now Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And so you go home and pick your clothes up and drop the kids off food and you coming right towards me, right?
Well, my mom's picking the kids up,
So she has the food? So your mom has the food?
I have the food, but my mom is when I pick up the kids up, I get party.
Oh, so they're still there.
Check 24. Check.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
What time is the party?
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Have they got the food yet?
Oh, yeah.
So they just shoot. They just shooting the shit.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, Heavy.
All right.
What you got, Heavy?
Shotgun now for Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. First down, Tampa's Brady hooks up with Howard.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I know what I'm saying, but he's watching it. That makes no sense.
Throwing now is Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
40's the mic. Squeeze. 6 man. Check curls. Check.
2nd down and goal. Brady. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Tyus Bowser in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
I guess that my mom and dad have told the world.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check.
Oh, wow.
Here's Brady.
Dope.
Flush to his right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts.
Cool.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
That's dope.
And Suckup will put this one right through, and the Bucks take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this was all about letting the offense just get settled in.
You need me to grab anything for you, like your Tums or your ibuprofen?
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away.
Are you taking it with you?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Yeah, I'll be ready. I'm really just trying to wait till my mom get here because I didn't see her out there.
I know. I was kind of wondering too. Whenever I got up, I was like, "Damn, she's still not there."
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
What time did you get here?
Here's 2nd and 10.
I got there a little bit late because I had it's just a
Yeah.
From the gun, Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Being chased out left. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. They go play action with Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now Jackson going to run. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
All right, babe. Text him when you make it home.
Okay.
I'll let you focus.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Jackson from the shotgun. Forced out to his left. And it's incomplete. Broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
I thought it was
So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
The penalty yards marched off as they'll try again on 2nd and goal. To throw is Jackson. Dancing to his left. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
3rd and goal and still a long way from the end zone. Jackson. Buying time to his left. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Wait, 20! Mike 21, check Mike 21. I'm coming! I'm coming! Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Check. Hatchet. Check forward.
Now Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. Now Jones. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted.
What you doing out there,
Anthony
boy?
Averett
This ain't no high
picks it.
school patty cake football.
He's got daylight. The 30. 10.
Oh,
And
yeah,
he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9.
Hey, check, Mike 21, Mike 21.
Brady to throw for it on fourth down. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Inside handoff here to Ricard. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Again, it's Ricard, the fullback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
Go! Hey,
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Brady. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Brady. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Come on, boys, come on.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Here's Brady to throw. This is caught by Evans. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
It's easy work, and it's coming again. Mike's 56. All day, punk. Big Ed.
They hand this one to Gronk, and he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Switch.
They'll try and run it in. And he will not get into the end zone.
Come on,
the
man.
defense makes the
Make
stop
that
of the
shit
game on the
realistic,
2-point
man.
try. And they might
This
just get
nigga's
out of
gonna
here with a
leap,
win
man.
after
Like, come
all.
on, bro.
The clock showing 19 seconds to go. And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the pass. Watch it. Here we go. Here we go. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Slam. 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 Check. 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 Check.
Throwing now is Jackson. Steps away to his left. First down and more for Jackson. The quick, and he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Nobody gonna touch Jackson.
So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off.
Nobody
Exactly
gonna touch
what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8.
Stop running.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Oh, man.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Tampa. The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the gun, Murray. This is caught by Williams. 7 yards, the pickup there. From the 25 on 2nd down, Murray finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Murray going to throw. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the 1st down and then slides to the ground. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Here we go. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Alert. 3 down.
And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 33. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the 1st down and then slides to the ground. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Murray now to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. A good rally to the football. Keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. He'll swing that out to Edmonds. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. On 2nd and goal, Murray firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Got three down, three down. Coach. 45's the mic. Come off the ball hard. Empty. Check, 45's the mic. Check, 45's
Well, let's see where they turn on 3rd and goal. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Chase Edmonds, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Let's go. Come on,
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
all day, dog. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. It's a party now. It's a party now.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. 1st down and much more here for Jones. And all the way up to the 46. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
So don't say nothing. 58, boys, 58.
Brady.
Pick up the ball.
He completes it to Evans. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Brady now to throw. There's Evans again. Complete. Touchdown. Mike Evans. 30 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that...
And oh, he coughed it up! And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Cardinal first down, Murray to Hopkins.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Trucks over him. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Murray now on 1st down. Ertz has it left side.
Nothing here.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Shotgun now for Murray. Sliding out of the pocket. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
What we got? Check 45. Check 45. Let's get some penetration here.
Throwing again, Murray. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
You're going to have you cool off the time. Oh, my goodness. She had that bad.
Prater on to add the extra point.
You going big, ain't you?
No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game.
No, that's a little bad, though. Like,
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
I like stuff like that.
She didn't get an NFL.
That's not the best idea always.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission.
Yeah. Baby. Let's see what you got. Watch the slam.
Brady now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the difference is 6 points as we get set to resume action here in this 3rd quarter of play. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
On Sunday.
I know, but you know, people keep partying through Sunday.
Oh, shit, yeah. It was a lot of drama for the morning.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Brady now on 1st down. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. Hey, tighten down. There you go. 58's the mic.
Now Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
Going right back to Jones, this time the connection made. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He's not going to get me. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Throwing now is Brady. being chased out left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. First down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Now a give to Edmonds. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Second down and another run with Edmonds. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DB, so a dime set here on third down. Here's Murray. He'll go out to the flat for Edmonds. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down.
Okay.
Where are you pointing at?
Get some shorts and some training clothes.
They're going for it. Hits Murray.
So you can change your clothes for
Escaping
tomorrow?
the pressure right.
Okay.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
Okay.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense. No.
On first and 10, here's Murray. Flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the...
Hey, something wrong with that washing machine. It's not drying.
It's not?
Uh-uh.
Your clothes still wet?
Yeah. I'm trying to find that wash car about it.
Sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 45's the mic. 45's the mic.
Draw play, Edmonds. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Again, they run with Edmonds. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. They'll run on first down. Edmonds, he'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Prater's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Evans here. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Wait, that, 58's the mic. Don't get nervous. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58's the mic. Coming for you.
Brady to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having earned much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5.
here probably about 20, 30 minutes.
Retired, huh?
You see what I did, Molly?
Oh my goodness.
Well, you know, I know my good brother over there. I know he might not be able to hang with me. This is orange and green.
There's levels to this,
This is
right?
there are definitely levels.
Okay.
And we're on the highest of 7 hills.
Absolutely.
And my people know where we are.
We have another one of your friends joining us. The one and only Kevin Hart.
Hey, come on, Kev. Congratulations to my brother, Will Patrick, everybody. Thank you.
And that's where I want to start. Because we're really here for you, Will.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Two teams that came into the NFL together back in 1976. The Seahawks and Bucs are underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Whoever I wanted to be, I found my voice, I found my dream right here on the campus of University. It means everything. I represent a lot of people.
It's incredible. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be with both of you and Kevin coming out. I know you did it for
Mike, 45's the mic. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Now Wilson on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Defense wins championships, baby. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Mark that, mark that.
Just have a greater appreciation for moments like this.
Gun, gun.
Greater
Mike,
connectedness to
45.
my teammates.
Who that? Who that?
I told him in the locker room.
Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
So many lifelong and friendships, and I'm so
Hello?
thankful to still be playing.
Hey, baby, I just left. I'm coming as fast as I can.
I'll take time. I'll see you second.
I gotta stop.
Second and 10.
Okay, love you.
Gotta go, in and out. Guys, it's our time.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs' 40-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely picked his lane, went with it, and converted. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So after the INT, it's Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Brady. And he finds Howard complete. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays, as we just saw there.
Tackled that time by Sidney Jones.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Brady. This one swung out here to Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. We're scoreless after one. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Here's Brady. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, a shaky start for both quarterbacks now. We had the interception on the opening drive, and now they throw it right back to him.
So does that mean we're really kind of starting from the beginning, Brandon, right? Both of them have done it, so we kind of start from scratch. Looks to me like both of these defenses have done their homework, and they're executing quite well.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Mike, 45. You must be.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 91 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or 2. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right?
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a gain of 34.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. 2nd and 6.
You can't block me. 26 Mike. Hey, pick your game up. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Yeah, that's right.
Shotgun now for Brady. This is caught by Evans. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
26 Mike. 26 Mike. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 26 Mike. Here we go. Show it.
Now Jones. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 1 back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check
He'll get it up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. To throw is Brady. Here's a diving catch right side, and he's got his tight end Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra point put through by Succop, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check three. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Check pass. 45. Front left. Watch your slant.
Here's Wilson. That's complete to Penny Hart. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, putting some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Flushed out right. Looking downfield for Godwin. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And just shutting him off there. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Not much there, only a yard.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. Drop deep.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. He'll get this out wide to Penny. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Play action. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He hits his target, Lockett. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The end result, 21 yards.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
Wilson gets rid of it quickly. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
Let's get off the field, D. Hey, zero. Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good to make it 17-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not. He's across the 35. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. To throw, it's Brady. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 61 yards. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead is down to a field goal. Boy, it's only a one-score game. Third quarter, mind you, but they're going to go for the onside kick right here. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That one to Swain, complete. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. That's complete to Swain. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
They still got that bad man, Aaron Rodgers, quarterback, and they've got enough weapons to take out anybody, so they've solidified themselves as a bona fide threat. Are they not?
To throw is Wilson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Gerald Everett, 30 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Now Myers for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. That throw by Brady incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
On 2nd and 10, Brady. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 30. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one,